Hello and welcome to your practice today. We are still on the beautiful Playa Guillones near Nosara, Costa Rica, and we're excited that you're going to practice with us. So we'll begin in a tabletop position. Come onto your hands and knees. And right away, just start moving around in whatever organic way your body is calling you towards. So maybe right into cat and cow, but maybe letting it be a little different. You could take some circles back and around with your hips or side to side. And as you move, just get a sense of the body that you're showing up into today, just taking note, sensing and feeling right away. And then start to take some cylindrical rolling with your ribs. So just rolling all the way around, including a cat and cow position with that rolling. And go the other way. And what I mean by that is as you go through the roll, you'll eventually land in a cow, and you'll eventually land in a cat. And then just come to neutral. Set your head in space so it's not dropping. And then from here, breathe in into cow pose. Let your ribs and belly button drop. And breathe out, push the ground away. And go through 3 more rounds just like that. Taking your time, starting to build a dynamic pace of breath, so nice and full. You might notice little sticky points along the way that you just want to pause a little longer in. After you go through those rounds, keeping tabletop down to elbows, so you can actually clasp hands. And just drive your elbows gently down into the ground so you have a nice setting of your scapula. Keep your neck, back of your neck nice and long. And just lift your right leg up behind you. So you're going to hold your right leg at a 90 degree. So just sort of driving your heel toward your sky. And then go as high as you can with this heel without going into a backward bend. And then take little tiny pulses toward the ceiling. So just a gentle warming through your glute muscles, your whole leg. Just little tiny pulses. And then keeping this leg at 90, take it out to the side. You're just going to kind of hover your leg out to the side and then bring it forward for a big circle. Just moving through 3 circles like this, making the circles as big as you can. 1 more. And then reverse the direction, 3 the other way, slow and big. And set this knee back to the ground. Plant your hands for a moment. Come on up. Take a round of cat and cow, nice and slow here. And come on back to your elbows. Clasp hands. Left leg goes into the air, holding it at 90. See how high you can go without backward bending. And then little tiny pulses up. See if you can sense your glute firing, glutes, maybe also your hamstring firing here. All the hip extensor muscles working. This is a great way to prepare the body for any hip flexor release, the front of the hip. Keep driving your elbows down. There's definitely some action there as well. And then take this out to the side. So going into these slow big circles, 3 of them. Want this direction. And then reverse the direction. Trying not to rush this. Once you're there, land that knee. Come on up to tabletop. I've got little indentions in the sand where my elbows were. Okay, set your hands, come on up into downward facing dog. We'll create some new indentions here in the sand. And just enter into the pose, feeling it out. You don't need it to be in any particular way. Close your eyes down and sense what your body's directing you toward here. Just notice which parts of you need the most attention with these little tiny movements. And eventually get to a still point. Land your eyes on one target. Take a big breath in and let it go. Another inhale. Let it go completely. Top of the mat, make your way. Plant your feet in halfway lifts, a really long spine, pressurizing the belly with the breath. Holding there as you breathe out. Taking one more inhale, pressurizing the belly with the inhale, feeling that. Then fold as you breathe out. Rise, reach up. Moving into salutation A. Fold slowly. Halfway lengthen. Plant hands high through low, making your way through your up dog, eventually landing back, downward facing dog. So not only waking up the body through movement, but using the breath to really start to get into the nooks and crannies from the inside out. That pressurization is so, so good. One more inhale breath. One more emptying exhale. Hop, step, or jump. Halfway. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway. All right, flowing through. You could always choose to go straight back to down dog. Breathing through, meeting back. I'll just take one full inhale breath. One full exhale, holding the empty. Top of the mat. Halfway. Fold. Rise, inflate. Chair pose. One breath in. Fold. Halfway. Flowing through. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Stay here for a breath in. Open your mouth and let it move out. We're going to do a little different take on sun salutation B. So we'll just kind of crawl through the first round slow. So take a breath in and out here. And step your right foot forward. Stay low. You're going to pivot through straddle fold. This will be our transition. Warrior two to the back of the mat. So thinking of that same, instead of stepping right foot forward, breathing into rise, you step right foot forward, pivot around, breathe into rise into warrior two on the opposite side of the mat. I'm just settling in here for a few breaths. Might even have your hands on your belly for a moment, thinking of that great pressure that you're creating with the breath. Supporting the spine, supporting the spinal cord, the whole nervous system. From here, take one more inhale breath. The exhale is just a pivot to the front, warrior two. So moving through the feet, resetting the gaze. And that'll be our transition as we move these one breath, one movement in a bit. From here, take a big inhale breath. Get all the way to the end of the exhale. Reverse with your both arms high. So reaching up and back. And low push-up. So flowing through here, making your way. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, stay low. Pivot through. Warrior two to the back. Landing here. One more inhale breath. Pivot on the exhale, coming to the front. Meeting the inhale with a reaching reverse warrior. Both hands reach. All right, flow through. Good job. Upward facing, little pause. Downward facing dog. All right, so we'll move that through. Take a little more time if you need with the transitions. Take a breath in. We're going to the top of the mat first, so get completely empty. Jump or step. Halfway lift. Fold. Come right into chair pose. Sink and breathe in. Fold. Half. All right, low push up. Breathing through up dog. Landing in down dog. Right foot steps. Pivoting through straddle. Warrior two to the back of the mat. Breathing out to transition. Pivot to the front. Reverse. Both hands reach high. All right. Chaturanga or down dog. Breathing through up. Landing back. Left side, moving through, warrior two to the back. Pivot on the exhale front. Reverse reach. Flowing through. Noticing the breath here. From down dog, breathe in. One complete exhale. We'll go again, so top of the mat. Halfway, fold, chair pose, fold, half, all right, low, up dog, down dog, right foot, pivot around, warrior two. Pivot forward, reverse, high reach. All right, flow through. Moving through, making your way. Other side, pivot around, breathe in. Pivot forward, reverse. Flowing through. Good job. Trying to see what's possible with the breath here. As you land back in down dog, notice if it's possible to slow the breath down. Maybe it's not. You might take a big exhale through your mouth. Take one more inhale breath. And then tap your knees down, building dolphin pose. Elbows go down about shoulder width distance apart. Clasp your hands, drive your fist down into the ground. If you really would prefer hands flat, you could do that. I want you to drive your elbows and get this setting of the shoulders. So let them sink for a moment, chest sinks a bit, and then push the ground away. So you're in a strong protraction. Tuck your toes, lift on up. So aiming here to keep that protraction, which comes from driving the elbows down. Soften your brow, your eyes, your face, let your head hang. And so combining with driving the elbows down, pressurize the belly. So that little love punch readiness, bracing. Every inhale fills the container of the trunk. Really sending a message to the nervous system by breathing in this way and holding this strong, efficient scapular position. Take 3 more of your breaths. When you get to your last exhale, slow and controlled, tap your knees down. Come onto your backside. Let us roll around, whatever way you get there. We got so much sand going on. It's like, just let it, right, Dave?
Don't even care
It's
anymore.
everywhere, and it's good. Okay, so from here, squeezing in a little trunk stabilization. Place your hands on your belly, flatten your low back to the floor. That's going to be key here, keeping the low back flat. And I want you to imagine the bracing that you do when you're blowing up a balloon. So getting that stiffening happening, you might just kind of feel it with your fingertips. You're not sucking your belly in, it's really different. Every inhale, pressurizing this trunk container 360 direction, down and out. Holding that, lift your right leg off the ground, sneak it up. Don't lose this container. Sneak the left leg up. Don't lose this container. You keep your breath moving dynamically here. Right heel taps, keep the 90 degree in the leg. And then left heel taps. So starting slow, training this movement to take through the rest of practice. Your nervous system has fireworks going off as you're hugging the spine with the breath. Also hugging the spinal cord. Now take your arms up in the air, and we're just going to add in contralateral movement. So as the right heel taps, left thumb reaches back. Opposite hand and arm. Little check in with your low back. If it's leaving the ground, if the pelvis is tipping at all, start over. You're going here. I'm just going to count to 10. You take the pace that you need. 9. I won't count out loud the whole way. That may be frustrating for you. Just keep going. Or you might like me to keep you on track, right? So I'll go for 5.
Both sides, 1.
Kira, just go with me for 4. Just keep going. Don't worry about it too much. 3, 2, and 1. We made it. Hug your knees in. Draw some circles. One way, massaging the back. Draw some circles the other way. All right, grab your thighs, rock and roll up once. Come on over, downward facing dog. So bringing that pressure that you created in that exercise through the rest of the practice. Breathing into the belly and the side waist and the back. Breathing out. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. All right, choose your arm position. You could also work this back knee down. And again here, focusing primarily on this pressurized container, keeping that love punch readiness in the belly. Take your hands to your heart center. Lean forward. A little more pressure in the trunk. Using the breath. Take your right arm forward and your left arm back. So opposite arms reaching, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, switch the arms. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. And then hands to heart center on your next breath in. Keep your hands there as you twist to the right. So unleveraged twist. And in this twist position, really pressurizing the belly, bracing the spine with your breath. Full inhale. Full exhale. Warrior 2, slow open up and around. Reverse warrior, big reach up. Side angle. It's a really light. You can tap your right elbow to your thigh, and maybe you keep it touching. You might try just creating the tiniest little air gap between your arm and leg. Using your strong breath and trunk to support you. Take your top arm forward and away. Might even reach this bottom arm. Trying not to collapse in the side ribs. Really strong love punch readiness. Full inhale breath. Full exhale. Take one more long, strong breath in. Then left hand down, side plank balance. So you're welcome to take your left knee down if you'd like, or stack your feet, or stagger your feet. Holding here for the count of 5. Find that strong trunk here for 4, using the breath for 3, 2, and then flow through slowly, whatever path you choose. Find the breath as your guide. Landing back in down dog. One full inhale, big open mouth, empty the exhale. Here we go, left side, crescent lunge. Come on up. Ha. Invite you to take that mouth exhale anytime you need, just to kind of manage the energy that's building here. Arms go up just for a moment. Messaging our nervous system with this pressurized breathing container in the belly, the back. Take one more inhale breath and hands to heart center, lean forward. If you're not sure what's happening in the ribs to pelvis, you might take your hands and just keep that really strong and neutral. Not letting the ribs collapse toward the ground. Left hand forward, right arm back. Take a big inhale. Breathe out, switch. Inhale, switch. Breathe out. One more time, switching back and forth. Breathe in, hands to heart center. Unleveraged twist, right lung rolls under. Resetting. You always have time to notice and choose again. Every inhale, feeling that intensity through the trunk. Love punch readiness. Take 2 more of your breaths here. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Hello. Warrior 2 is next, up and around. One of our favorite parts of practicing here. Reverse warrior, big reach high. All right, side angle. Supporting your body from the center, from the apex, the trunk. Really light, maybe a little air gap between the arm and thigh. Top arm can reach. Full inhale. Full exhale. You've got one more dynamic breath in. All right, top hand down, side plank balance. Taking time to get steady. 2 breaths. Last inhale, you take up a whole lot of space and then flow it all through. Good job. Listening for the breath pace. Landing back in down dog. Full inhale. Let it go, go, go. Awesome. All right, come to your knees. Come onto your backside. Draw your feet in kind of close. And just like we started that core stabilization work earlier, flatten your low back to the mat. Come on up. Bridge pose. I'm gonna keep my hands on my belly for a little bit just to get a sense of that downward, outward breath in this position. A little bit of love punch readiness, not overdoing it. And if you're shaping the pose a little higher and higher, if that's where you're going, notice what changes with the ability to hold your trunk in this way, using the pressurized system of the breath. And just exploring 3 more complete breath cycles here. When you get to your 3rd inhale, hold that full moment for just a tiny blip. And then slowly let your body go, bit by bit, all the way to the ground. Big breath in here. Open mouth, release, breath out. All right, bridge or wheel. Again, either one, taking your time to get there. We're going to a new shape. Just notice how the shape impacts your breathing. Just explore for about 5 breaths. Any variations you want here. When you do come down, soles of feet meet. Let your knees fall out laterally, hands on belly. And here, just practice receiving the breath in a soft belly, not bracing at all. No love punch readiness here. But still inviting the breath, the inhale way down. Take some time to radar into your heart beating. Maybe you feel it as your pulse somewhere in your body. Just see if you can stay with the beat in just a few moments. Compassionate noticing when your mind goes elsewhere, when your attention leaves the heartbeat. Just come back. Hug your knees into you, wrap your arms around, give yourself a little counter round. And figure 4 from here, just cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Catch on and let your head go back. And for a moment, this focused attention, just feeling your outer right hip, your outer right thigh, just sensing what you feel there. And allow your attention to open, just monitoring and taking in all of the experience surrounding you. Sounds, sensations, the air, maybe a breeze. Just letting everything come and go. Change sides. And as you come into this side, again, just practice that focused attention, just sensing and feeling the outer left hip, outer left thigh. Notice if you move a tiny bit or shape the pose a tiny bit different, how it feels on the outer left hip, outer left thigh. And again, let your attention open up now, just receiving all the information from around you. Just letting all these pieces of information come and go. Sounds, smells, what you can see, even if your eyes are closed. And then unravel, hug both your knees into your chest again. And let your knees fall to the right. Easy twist here. Let your knees fall to the left. Come back to center, give your knees one more squeeze in. Take a big breath in right here. And then let it go. Let your legs go, let your body go. Close your eyes and feel your body moving, shifting, to finally just let go into the mat, into the ground beneath you. Let your breath go easy. Just let your final rest just be a felt sense of being fully supported, not controlling anything, just being fully supported. Time to stay, I suggest you do so. If you're ready to get moving, go ahead and start slowly moving. Coming on up to a seat. Just land yourself with as much care and intention as you have all of the other postures today. Acknowledging your breath by feeling it. Feel the next inhale, go in and down and out. And then set it free, let it go. can draw your hands together at your heart center. Let's take a big breath in to send out. The light in me sees and honors the light in all of you and within you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time. Adios.
Bye.